Right, thank you. For the fourth year in a row, we are here at Hammerson House. And as many of you said today, this is a special event. Special event, first of all, because we are running a care home research forum inside a care home, right? I was having a conversation with one of our trustees, and they were saying, we should make it bigger. Yes, we can make it bigger, but if we do it outside the care home, we are already losing part of what makes it so special. So we're going to think about it after this event. Next week, we'll already set up next year's date, and we start thinking about speakers as well, because if we want to have the best speakers like we had today, we need at least to have planned it 11 months in advance, because these are people with very, very busy schedules. So today we heard about how to prevent dementia and what we can do to prevent dementia. We had a lovely presentation about intergenerational care. And, this event is so unique that in a research event, we had a baby in the room, So you can't find it anywhere else. Continence care, and I would like to highlight how important this is, because when we think about high quality care, we need to start from the basics. You can have a beautiful building like this one. If the basics are not right, it's not worth it. So we really need to have special attention into continence care and other issues related with the basic care. And care is holistic, and we need to think about physical needs, psychological needs, spiritual, but also social. And the presentation we had about social connection makes it really important to highlight the connections between people that are very important in the well-being. But also, again, and I think this is the fourth time we are mentioning it, that care home residents are being neglected in the access to dental care. And again, it was raised today. Nutrition, there's so much focus in getting the measurements of what's the resident's weight every month. But what do we do about it? So we are glad that there's more research going on around nutrition and hydration, and there's a need for more, and there's need for more research involving people that live with dementia. We can sort out the consent. There's ways to consent for people that live with dementia, but we need more studies, not only on nutrition, but overall for people that live with dementia. And once again, we wanted to challenge the status quo in moving and handling. When the majority of care providers have a policy that say you need 2 people to use a piece of moving and handling equipment, those policies are not evidence-based. Those policies are not person-centered. Now, we work for people, we don't work for policies. So our policies need to work for the people. So thank you, Rosalind, as well, and Deborah, for challenging it. Sleep. Many of people in this room have sleeping problems. So people living with dementia, are not different. So to work very much on the non-pharmacological approach on how to improve the quality of life of the sleep of people living with dementia is something that we definitely want to explore further. And we know that, the vast majority of our residents do not have long to live in a care home. So palliative care and end-of-life care is part of our day-to-day. And it's about how we can empower more care homes to feel comfortable and to feel capable to provide high-quality end-of-life care to their residents. And you can have, again, the best facilities that look very luxurious, but we cannot forget that our main asset is our teams, our staff. And the 1%, as we just heard now, can make a difference in someone's life. So it's worth it to fight for that 1% on a daily basis. And we all know, and Deborah has been very much praised everywhere she goes, because she's a big voice for nursing in social care and for social care in general. And we know we've got someone that says what it is to the ministers and to government. But we have a part to do as well, a big part to do. We've got the voice in government, but we need to open our arms, our homes, to more research, because that will give power to Deborah, that will give her the evidence, that will give the power and evidence to Care England, National Care Forum, and other organizations that are fighting for our sector. And we are so fortunate that there's funding like has never existed before. We are not used to hear this at these times, but there's funding like has never existed before for researching care, for researching social care in general. So we need to take up this opportunity. We are doing our part in Nightingale Hammerson, where we've got 3 team members. One is taking now, Kazaya is here today, an NIHR funded master's with the London School of Economics. We've got Ariel studying at UCL doing a master's. We've got Philippa doing with the Kingston University the social care capacity building program. That is a very important program to build up capacity to do research within social care. It's fantastic to have academics coming in, but we need to be there with the academics as well. We need to join forces. And as this is the final speech, I need to say thank you. Thank you to quite a few people, starting from our residents, because this is their home, and they allowed us to use their space to run this important event. Also to their relatives, to our volunteers, and to our team members, because there's a lot of effort on putting an event like this together. Special thank you also to our speakers that donated their time to share their knowledge that is being spread quite widely, not only in this room, but worldwide. To the Jewish community for their generosity, for their donations that help us to run an event like this. And to our sponsors as well. Care Home Life, thank you for believing in this event. These are a provider we have started working with recently, and they are quite human. They didn't come and pushing, we are the best, we are the best. No, they know their capabilities. And actually with them, we're going to be saving thousands of pounds while keeping very quality of products to serve our residents. Care England, again, they're always up for a challenge. And we challenge them a lot of times, and we keep challenging them. And they take on board disruptive initiatives that we have taken, like the single-handed care article, like these events, and many more things that are going your way. Yeah? Acora, another lovely provider that is here with us, that is helping people to get better lives. You might have seen some of the specialist chairs they've got. Without that sort of equipment, some of the residents would be staying in bed without getting out of bed. So those very comfortable chairs help people to get out of bed and still enjoy life. I always remember a resident that lived with us in this home for 2 days. He wanted to die in Hampstead, and that was possible. He came from Newcastle to Hampstead, and it was possible for him to spend the last 2 days of his life, not in a bed, but he was able to be looking at the garden while sitting in a specialist chair. So this sort of equipment really make a difference in people's life. Apples and Honey, Nightingale Education and Training, they are a big partner. I thank Judith especially because we had a last-minute change in the speakers, and I called Judith at 5 p.m. yesterday, and she sent her presentation at 2 o'clock in the morning, and she was so fresh this morning here doing her speech. But also to the Pauline and Harold Berman Charitable Trust. This is a trust that's trusted in the Reach by Nightingale Hammerson project when it was just an idea. And it's now becoming a reality. So they believed in us from day one. So we are extremely grateful to them, because with the Reach by Nightingale Hammerson project, we'll be helping people to live better for longer at home. We don't want people to come into a care home. We want them to live better in their own home. And you can already see in your booklets at the back, you've got the QR code to our website, where you can have access to free resources. And these resources are practical advice, not for professionals, they also work for professionals, but they are for lay people without healthcare knowledge. And we are giving it for free to the world. And when I talk about the world, today we have a good example on how we really want to spread the word, because we had people joining us from 18 different countries, and I'm going to tell you all of them. Australia, Indonesia, China, India, a big group from Nigeria, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Denmark, the Netherlands, Spain, Portugal, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, a big group from Brazil as well, Colombia and Chile. People from all over the world join these events. It's because the message we want to give is relevant to everyone, irrespectively of where you are. So going forward, if I could say I had a wish for today, was for us to create a list of requirements. This is a word I learned from IT, requirements. What do you need? What do we need the NIHR and the universities to be doing research on? If we are able to tell them this is all the areas, and there's so many areas within social care where we need research on, they can then go and dive into all the different topics. We had this conversation 2 weeks ago in the event organized by the Department of Health. We are the ones that know our sector. We are the ones that need to create the requirements. And I'll never forget what Jenny raised when she went to Norway. That is, there's no people to look after people. There aren't enough human beings to look after the ones that have care needs. So how are we going to deal with that going forward? Is technology the only answer? It might be one of the answers, but there's many more reflections we need to have, because we definitely need to change the way we look after going forward, look after people. Because for my time and for many of your time, I don't know how it's going to look like, the care landscape. So concluding, I just hope you enjoyed the day, and the message is clear. We need to work together to create a better social care, and research has a big role to play on it. So thank you.